version 12.5. And auto refresh, and that's when it said checking for updates, and then it waited. Updates. Get an actually says it'll give you the download button, because I thought, as you can see, I'm hands-free, foot-free. I just have to keep my eyes focused on the road. We're going to shift over a bingos. Requirement. There is a car. Right, and if there's nobody coming, it just accelerator presses, turn signals, send. Okay, so it did slow down to about 53. Feel free to out and see what you want to see here on the screen. Zoom in, zoom out. We're down to 50. I'm going to give it an accelerator press. Close to the right-hand side of the road, and when there was forward collision warning, there was nothing on the road there. So sometimes these phantom forward collision warnings pop up for no reason. It did not brake, but it threw up the siren. So we'll see how it goes. I am braking now. The cars ahead of me are braking, so that's appropriate, but it's slowing down a little too much here. Okay, we're picking speed back up. Again, I feel like it's just being a little overly cautious, and that's okay because it is a newly downloaded software. I'd rather it be cautious than be overly assertive. Going through the intersection, green lights, no problem, no hesitation. When I first downloaded 12.5.4.1, that first week or so, the car would slow down and want to come to a stop at the green lights, which clearly was a safety critical issue that I did report several times. And over time, as I continued to drive with that version, it did improve to the point where I didn't have that experience any longer. Doing great here. Again, just 3 miles below the speed limit, which is 50 miles per hour on this road. There's a little traffic ahead of us, so it's not terribly inconvenient right now, but I am going to try to just catch up to that traffic ahead of us, because I don't want to be that person that's constantly lagging behind and slowing the traffic behind me down. challenges. There's a double road. There's some interesting lane traffic and your city traffic. But at this time of the morning, it's 6:10. I don't foresee any majorly challenging circumstances, but you never know. That's the fun part of driving with FSD. Every day it's a different experience. No two drives are the same. A Tesla, the visions are much less. As we're continuing to go through here, let's look. Do look smoother. Windshield wipers just came on. For what reason, I'm not sure. That was just a one swipe and done, so that's okay. Maybe there was a little piece of dust blocking the camera or something it didn't like. Speed limit's 40, we're traveling at 48. I feel like that's pretty good. We're not falling behind in that speed. We will be coming up to an intersection here. The lane split this way. There's a right-hand turn signal this way. There's a suicide lane here and a left turn up ahead. We are staying straight on this route, so we just need to go straight on through the intersection. It's no problem. Seeing the sunrise. It's 6:14 here in Maryland, and that daylight savings hour is really finally starting to be nice in the morning commutes, because prior to that it was pitch black all the way to work. So far, just a few slight hesitations, none of that really aggressive seatbelt locking, braking incidents for no reason. That was really a huge pain point for me, at least with the version I had previous. You know, just driving along, heck out of you, get your heart rate going, get your blood pressure, and just think back a bit. Again, guys, this is a 360 viewing camera. Zoom around and look at the screen, or zoom in or zoom out, or look at the scenery. You can go ahead and do that. Just swipe with your thumb left and right, up and down. What I would prefer. Regulations that have been around, and might see unsupervised FSD. It's just the reason for a while is because AI is constantly paying attention. It has a 360-degree view around the car at all times. It sees things before I see things. It reacts to things quicker than I react to things. And, I just see so many people on the road distracted driving constantly. Look over. Just want to drive and enjoy the experience of driving, then by all means, that because there is just a joy of driving manually. It's a freedom and a fast as can be. Manually, you can drive it super spunky off the line. It goes super fast. They're just a blast to drive manually. The only thing you don't get from an electric vehicle is the exhaust sound. That really, if you like the rumble of a good exhaust, you won't have that with the Tesla, but you'll have everything else much better. Okay guys, this is, we're getting into like the town part of my commute here. There's a mall to my left, there's a strip mall to my right. We're going to be coming up to a double lane roundabout up here, so I'm hoping to get some traffic so it's more of a complex situation and setup. So FSD has to make some decisions. I want to see how it does. All right, we have a green light. Let's go. We got some good acceleration there. All right, we're in the right lane. I think we should switch to the left lane if it were me. I guess so. There is some traffic coming from the left here. It's gonna wait, and there's nobody coming right side that wants to merge in, but we're gonna go all the way around this corner here. It's telling lane. This is a right-hand lane. You have the left lane to go straight through this intersection. Again, I just sent it a voice note so it knows. As you can see right here, you'll see the arrows. It's a right turn lane only, but I'm not seeing it on the visualization screen, which is really odd. Maybe a faint turn signal there. And then this here is a bus lane through to this next intersection, so we can't turn just yet. Let's see what it's gonna do. It's got the blinker on. It's gonna go through the intersection and then make a right. Yep, there we go, perfect. That's exactly what it should have done. It shouldn't change the lanes in the intersection. That's a no-no, that's frowned upon. Okay, there is a pedestrian about to cross the street here, so it's stopping. It sees it here, it's waiting. La-di-da, man, that guy's got no hurry on him this morning. Sees it, and he's on the curb, and we're good to go. Red light, it switched lanes into the left lane, which is totally appropriate. And away we go. Alright, so the only inputs thus far in this commute were a couple of accelerator presses to get up over the speed limit on the rural streets. And back there, one disengagement because we were in the outer lane of the roundabout and it needed to cross over into the inner lane to get out of the right-hand turn lane only. So one disengagement for good reason. You know, the car should not be going straight through a right-hand turn lane only. Slowing down here. Little lane indecision there. Went into the right lane, came back into the left lane. You can modify that feature so that you can minimize lane changes on your commute. It's just a button you have to push in the settings. So if you just want to stay in your lane and not make constant changes, you can do that. Okay, we're stopping for a green light. No, we gotta go, car. There's no behind me. See how it handles that. pleasantly surprised. And here's a speed bump. Are we going to reverse speed bump? This one's a little larger. Okay, another stop sign. That's go. Fast for this area. This is a very pedestrian heavy area. Here's another speed bump. Perfect. Yeah, the speed limit should not be 25 through here. It should be more like 15 maybe. Another speed bump around the corner. And is it going to try to take me to this garage? Yes, so I'm going to disengage because I'm going to park in the other garage. But yeah, folks, I had a hands-free drive to work with one exception where I had to get into the left-hand turn lane because it was in a right-hand turn lane only. No big deal. My safety wasn't compromised in any way, shape, or form. And the one really safety critical issue right before I got to work was that the car was slowing down and coming to a stop at a green light. But other than that, an excellent first commute with the FSD version 12.5.4.2. Thank you all for joining. Have a wonderful Thursday.